You can bet your bottom dollar. Great programming coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Stand by. Hold on. Talk at its finest, coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. In about 2 minutes, stand by. We know what guys are talking about. Stand by. A great show coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. In about 30 seconds. Stand by. Don't go away. Stop. If they're talking about it at the barbershop, we're talking about it here on SME. Great show coming up in about 30 seconds. Don't go away. Stand by. It's time. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Another great product on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yeah!
Hi, this is Carmen Hayes, and you're tuning in to Politickin with Pole, Turbo City Radio. Come check us out and stay fly and be right.
All right, welcome back to Pole Politickin. I'm now politicking with Carmen Hayes. How you doing today?
Hello, everybody. Hey there, Pole. How you doing?
I'm chilling. So just let us know, how was your day going so far? Like, what was you up to?
It's raining, cats and dogs out here. It looks really ugly. And I just left Chicago, and I thought I was coming home to sunny California, and that was not the case. But I'm keeping it pushing, and I'm doing great.
Okay, so are you from LA or?
Yes, I'm originally from Inglewood, California, born and raised.
All right, and how did you get started in porn? Because I know you've been out since probably early 2000s, right?
Yeah, wow, you're good. Yeah, I've been out since 2000. I've been doing porn for 11 years. How I got started was I used to do music videos, and, it's like really hard in that business. It's like a lot of girls doing a lot of the most, and I figured, like, if I'm going to do the most, I'm going to go hard and do it right.
All right. I want to say, so how did you what made you take that transition, though? Like, actually...
The transition, it wasn't really that hard. I mean, I had friends, mutual friends that, were in the industry or had something to do with it. So it kind of like both of the worlds coincide with each other somehow, some way. It just kind of happened. You just go out to clubs, people, friends, and networking. And I was just like, me and my girlfriend at the time, we were like, this music video shit is not working. And we were like, we got to do something else. So we were dancing. And that still wasn't enough, I'm greedy, and she was greedy too. So we had some very, very high bills to pay our maintenance. So we decided to, check out some films, and we went with this company because they had been adamant about trying to get us for so long. And so we did our first girl. It's called Exotic Fly Girls. I do believe number 2.
And I'll say, what hip hop videos were you in?
I was in Jay-Z's videos, some Ja Rule videos, and Faith Evans, to name a few, Ghostface Killer.
No, you a fan of hip hop?
Of course I'm a fan of hip-hop. I love hip-hop.
So what you got on your iPod right now?
I'm actually smashing Young Money right now. I like Nicki Minaj, and I like Lil Wayne and Drake. That's where I'm at right now. But I love, I love me some Gucci.
Right.
I love Southern music, and I love West Coast music, and you gotta always keep Tupac, and you have to keep Snoop in your ride. You have to. It's important.
I'll say, so what you think about Gucci putting that ice cream cone on his face?
You said, excuse me?
I said, what you think about Gucci Man putting that ice cream cone on his face?
Oh, well, that was a freedom of choice. He wanted to put that ice cream cone on his face. I mean, if that's what he wants to see every morning when he wakes up and looks in the mirror, hey, if you like it, I love it.
Yeah, I'm saying, is that what you look for in a man, though? Like, you like men that put ice cream cones on their face?
Why are you sounding like you have hostility towards Gucci Man for putting ice cream in his face? Now turn the interview on you. What's going on?
You
have a problem with that? You beg to differ? Come on, let's have a debate about it. What's the problem?
Then you was talking about Nicki Minaj, too, and I want to know how you feel about, the Nicki Minaj, Lil' Kim beef, because, most of us, we grew up with Lil' Kim, but now it's like, Nicki Minaj got it on Smash right now, so...
Well, she is smashing her. I hate to say it. I love Lil' Kim. I like her music. But she really, she had Biggie, on her side, and he really, he made her a strong, lyric performer, So it's like, basically everything she was and how she did her thing was solely based off how she felt about him and what he brought out of her. Whereas Nicki Minaj, okay, she has, Lil Wayne as, somebody that is an icon to her and somebody that inspires her. But my thing is she tries to do her own thing, and then the way she flips it, and she has her own, character. She's very dramatic, but she does it in a way that, is pretty fly.
Okay, and I want to know, like you said, you started early 2000s, and, we're 11 right now, so I want to know what's the differences you noticed from, how when you started and how it is now.
That right there is easy. The difference is they don't do VHS anymore, of course, and also that, it's just different because it's like a lot of girls coming in and out, and it's not like girls coming to become porn stars. It's more like girls that just do pornos because they're trying to pay a bill. Like a girl in a porno instead of saying a girl that is a porn star. Or an adult film star.
And I had asked, when I interviewed Sarah J., I asked her this question. I wanted to propose it to you, too. I want to know, have you dealt with racism in the industry so far?
Realistically, no. I can't really say that I have because I've worked with the best of both sides. So it's like racism, racism exists. And it's like, there's not a lot of, black performers, ebony performers that are getting, their shine or, their love and their, their dues are getting put in and not getting recognized for it. But realistically, that's, something that everybody would have to come together on. I think it's just one of those things where, because I worked for white companies with no problems. I worked for Playboy TV for 2.5 years. And realistically, also, and I was with a gang of beach bunnies, that's what I like to call, or snow bunnies, that's what I like to call the little white girls. And they're really cool, though, And then Sarah J., she's a cool little white girl. Well, she ain't little. She's so thick. Love you, Sarah J. Shout out to you. But realistically, it's all about, if the racism, it would be probably about if this girl works with this girl, It's more like a competition, more so per se. But the racism part, anybody will look at it on the outside looking in like that because that's all they see. All they see is all these white performers and just a little bit of handful of, ebony black stars. And I understand that, but really it's the ebony black stars. They need to, step it up a little and not be known as somebody that did a porno and be a adult film star or porn star.
Nah, I say, I noticed a little with the titles, because with the white girls, the titles would be white Russian angels, and then the black titles gonna be like black nigga ghetto sluts.
Right. Ignorant. But my thing is like, there's some white girls that be on those too. Don't get it twisted. It's just that you don't see them because the companies they work for, most of them are either contract or they just, they work with them more consistent. But they work with those other sheer ignorance of titles. That's what I call them. But it's like it's the territory because my thing is like you got to think about it. Whether you have a featured film or a gonzo, it's gonna get the title. And just think about it. What is selling? What is really selling though? Those mad niggerish names are selling. They are. They are. Like, but let's think about the one mad niggerish one that the white companies put out. It was one in the pink, one in the stink. I don't care what anybody says. That is trifling. But it's killer though, and it's like catchy. So it's like you're gonna go buy it.
And I want to know who are some of your favorite performers that you like working with.
Oh, my favorite performers is most definitely got to be Justice Slayer and Kitten. I always enjoy working with them. I mean, I have a lot of them. Like I love Sky Black, and I love Angel Eyes, and I love Jada Fire. I mean, working with all of them, Jasmine Cashmere, it was great. And Julian St. Jacques, he was great. But certain ones I'm fond of is Kitten because she's the reason why I'm a lesbian. That I love the ladies. It's because of Kitten. She took my lesbian virginity on camera, and I didn't know what to do with that information, but I just took it and just ran with it. But as far as like someone that I just recently worked with, it was a white boy by the name of Voodoo, and I was thinking like a white boy named Voodoo, and I didn't understand it, but he was really, really good, and he was just a really fun to work with, and it was just like the scene just went great and smooth, and I came out feeling happy and content with the way they shot it and captured it, and I was just like, wow, that's what porn is all about. That's what it should be about. Putting out good movies, also being heartfelt and genuine about when you're getting your orgasm or busted.
Yeah, like they wanted me to ask you about we want to know some behind the scenes stuff that we might not know about in the porn industry. You want to know something behind the scenes in porn?
Yeah, I might not know. Let me see. Well, I guess one thing that comes to mind is that, not all the time the scene doesn't just flow. You know what I'm saying? It's edited. And when you're watching the movie, just know that anywhere from 30 to about an hour and a half of footage was shot. And then they just pretty much put every scene down for 15 minutes, They just edit it and, take out certain parts. So you never know what you get. But that's why they have those kind of scenes sometimes with the bloopers. Some DVDs do.
Okay, and I want to know how does the porn star Carmen Hayes differ from your personal? How
does the porn star Carmen Hayes differ from the personal?
Yeah.
It doesn't really. They just both go hand in hand. But Carmen Hayes is my alter ego. Because I know that I can be really chill, laid back, when in my personal life. I'm not really doing anything but playing freaking video games and watching movies and on Facebook and Twitter and just ripping and running and hustling and grinding and making money and trying to make sure that I have a nice, crisp career.
I would say, what kind of video games you play?
Right now, I just got on Wii. I just got the co-op, the Black Op Call of Duty. Yeah. I just got it today, and Transformers, and I think the Transformers Go Hard is kind of cool. So I haven't played the Call of Duty yet, but I did put it aside the Wii before I left. And I used to be fucked with the Xbox. I used to love the Xbox, Left 4 Dead.
You probably be on there playing my son.
Call of Duty, huh?
You play online or no?
And Red Redemption, that was a good one.
Do you play online or no?
Well, I used to have a tag name, but I used to go under my dude at the time's name.
Okay. And you kind of told us a little bit, but I was gonna say, any more kind of hobbies, interests you got besides the movies and playing video games?
What you say?
I said, any other hobbies and interests you have? I guess what would be a good first date for you? Where you like to go out? What kind of stuff you like to do when somebody take you out?
We like to do the movies thing. Go to the movies a lot.
Okay.
A lot. I love the movies. And I'm a fat ass. I love to eat, too.
Okay. You do.
The hobby, literally, is eating. But pretty much, like, playing video games, like, I'm really, like, boring when I'm at home. I'll get out and go to the club sometimes, but not really. I'm more so concentrating on my website that I have actually launching at the end of this month.
Okay, you kind of went to the next question. I was going to ask you about your current project. So, websites, do you got any new movies coming out?
Yes, actually, well, the movie that is dear to my heart that I just actually put out last year was C is for Carmen. I had Carmen Hayes for You right before that, and then I have C is for Carmen, and I have a very nice scene with Vanessa Blue. She doesn't really shoot with many people that much anymore, and I was lucky enough to be blessed with her to be on my movie, and the movie is hot, and it's just like we tried to do something different with it, and she was the director, and we really put, like, a lot into it. We traveled a lot. I did some scenes in Miami. I did some in L.A., and other places. I just, tried to mix it up, and I didn't make it anything regular. I have all kinds of different types of scenes that could fit to everybody, like, maybe, like, webcamming. Like, I got a scene where me and the girl were just, we're masturbating. It's a solo masturbation, but we're playing towards each other, and it's webcamming. And it's like, just things that you would really do in normal life. If you're on, if you're online, you'll do something like that, or, like you get a hotel, like, I met up with one of the porn guys, and, like he came over to the house. He was supposed to come over earlier, but, he met me at the hotel, not the time at the hotel, too late, but, so he ended up still getting some, so, and we had fun, and, some little footage here and there, behind the scenes, trying to keep it more me, more true, more real.
Okay. And I said, what advice would you give to somebody if they was like, I want to get in the porn industry, I want to do this? What would you tell them?
My advice is, and I really want to say this, I mean no harm or disrespect, but just understand what I'm saying. The first advice is, please stop asking other porn stars on emails and everything else, hey, how can I get into porn stuff? The best way to do that is to actually go to the sites that are basically, putting all these newsletters out and all these editorials about porn, and people that are catered to paparazzi, basically. Like, they have avn.com. Now, when people do address me with that question, I do tell them they can go to avn.com, and then they can look, and there's like an ID book. And if you purchase it for $100, you'll have pretty much, it's like, you'll know everything about porn, where to find this, distribution, where to do that, where you can go to these companies to, like, get hired. It has everybody as the go-to guide for everything. And that's, that, because most porn stars, they really won't know what to tell you, because either some of us have agents, and that's the only way we can tell you is just go by our agent, but I don't recommend anyone have an agent when you first start off. I think you should just be, freelance. That's my opinion. And then you get into having an agent, when you start to make a name for yourself and people starting to look for you, so somebody can control your bookings.
Okay. What would you consider one of your key success principles?
My key successful, endeavors?
No, principle. Like, what would you think?
Principle?
Yeah, one of your number one key successes.
Mostly it's just be yourself. I mean, like, be with, what you got in you. Like the person that I am on camera, I'm playful like that. I really don't be too far-fetched from what I am, like, especially personality-wise. But, it's different chemistry with different people. So it's like, it's not really, per se, you can't say exactly, so what it's going to be when you deal with someone. But I just try to keep, positive attitude and just know that, this is, like, the most safest way to pretty much have sleep around, but we're doing it for entertainment of people and attention. So it's like, my principle about it is, just stay on the straight and narrow, and always, keep your eyes and your ears open.
And I would say, what would you like to tell your fans, all your supporters out there?
I would like to tell all of my fans and my supporters that I really, 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 really love you guys. You have been nothing short of great. And I hope that you will still love me and still follow me throughout my whole career. I'm not sure how long that longevity will be. I hope to be in it for a little while longer before I go behind the scenes, behind the camera. But I'll never stray away from porn because it's something that I'm interested in, something I've made a career and I love. And it's like, I even love watching porn. So I, want to have my own company and, hopefully put out, great scenes with nice new talent and old talent that are still going hard.
I want to say thank you for coming through Politickin with me.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you got Twitter, Facebook, anything?
I sure do. My Twitter is Carmen Hayes. It is literally just Carmen Hayes, CarmenHayes. So it's at Carmen Hayes. And also, my Facebook is Carmen Hayes. And you can just put in Carmen Hayes, and I'm the one with the hat. There's like 4 fake pages. I'm always getting pages closed. I only have 2 pages. I have my fan page, which is also self-titled Carmen Hayes, and it's me with cherries, licking cherries. And the other one is with me with a fly little hat for my birthday. And all you can't even see my face, you can see a little bit of my profile. Those are my 2 only pages, and they're both Carmen Hayes. So when you put that in, just put Carmen Hayes. And I'm launching, which will be February 28th of this month, CarmenHayesForYou.com. Hi, this is Carmen Hayes, and you're tuning in to Politickin with Pole, Turbo City Radio. Come check us out and stay fly and be wise.